when former Prime Minister Stephen Harper said that the solution to the Syrian refugee crisis wasn't in refugee and immigration policy before he was voted out of office in 2015? Well, it turns out that he was right. A new study completed by the Alberta Association of Immigrant Serving Agencies that surveyed 100 refugees that have been in Alberta for between 8 to 11 months shows that Syrians like Canada, but they're struggling to get by here. They aren't learning the language, they're finding it really difficult to get jobs, and as a result, they're really struggling financially. The most stunning stat coming out of that report is that only 8% of the refugees surveyed have been able to secure work, which is an important indicator for whether settlement is going well. Having a job is indicative of two other very important factors that are intertwined: having a solid grasp of English and being able to afford to make ends meet. Now, out of those surveyed, only 41% combined can speak, read, or write in English, but this doesn't mean that they're fluent. Most of the Syrians reported that they're still struggling with the language. What's more is that 11% of Syrian migrants reported not using English at all. And because only 8% of the Syrians surveyed are employed in Alberta, a minority were able to report that they can pay their bills with no struggle. Of course, there are a lot of other factors affecting these results. For instance, reports of not having enough opportunities to practice English, the economic downturn affecting job availability, and also reports that jobs didn't match skill levels. But let's be honest here, these aren't exactly glowing stats, no matter how you excuse them away. It turns out government welfare and throwing money at a problem isn't working. So what is the solution? Well, it's in the Middle East. If Justin Trudeau and the Liberals really wanted to do anything useful when it comes to the Syrian refugee crisis, they would have committed to fighting militant Islam. As Stephen Harper so rightly put it, we must fight the root cause of the problem, and that is the violent campaign being waged against these people by ISIS. And instead of heeding that advice, instead of shining a light on the issue that had been unfolding for months and months and months, with scores of people dead or fleeing the situation, the media and the Liberals used the photo of a baby's corpse washed up on a beach as political capital to campaign against their nemesis, the evil Stephen Harper, to elect Justin Trudeau and usher in tens of thousands of refugees from Syria. And we're now seeing the results. Justin Trudeau's plan clearly isn't working, and we're actually set to take in 40,000 more refugees under the 2017 Immigration Levels Plan. And that same media that's losing their mind over Donald Trump's CNN memes and tweets is also failing to recognize that the President of the United States is actually the only one in the West doing anything about the crisis in the Middle East. He's the only one recognizing that the Syria strategy of the past was failing and that he will punish Assad for his abuses. Case in point, 60 missiles fired at a Syrian airbase for the use of chemical attacks, and a warning that it won't be tolerated if it happens again with Assad heeding it. So it turns out that fighting a death cult with love and uprooting people from their homes to have them face brand new struggles in a foreign country just isn't working to alleviate the Syrian refugee crisis, and it's taking a foreign leader to be productive and get results. And how does our Prime Minister thank that foreign leader, even when it's clear his own strategy isn't working? He plays a political game and puts his anti-Americanism on full display by awarding a convicted terrorist that killed an American soldier millions of dollars. I told you Trudeau's obsession with his image on the world stage is about as deep as he gets. And he wants to be the anti-Trump on the world stage simply for the optics of it all, showing that once again, the only thing that Justin Trudeau thinks or cares about is Justin Trudeau. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video and you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on the other side of the story that you're just not going to find anywhere else.